Good evening. I'm Dagan McDowell.
And I'm Sean Duffy. Welcome to The Bottom Line. Sources telling Fox that Border Patrol agents apprehended more than 180 Chinese nationals who crossed illegally into the U.S. through just one border sector on Tuesday. That's more than half the number of Chinese migrants apprehended in all of fiscal year 2021.
And they're not just illegally crossing our southern border, they're now sneaking into Guam, raising major concerns that the Communist Party of China is trying to infiltrate U.S. military installations on that island. Joining us now, Foundation for Defense of Democracies founder Cliff May. Cliff, that's exactly what they're doing. The Wall Street Journal reported last fall, Chinese gatecrashers at U.S. military bases spark espionage concerns. Washington has tracked 100 incidents involving Chinese nationals. An illegal migrant was arrested trying to break into 29 Palms Marine Base at the end of March. They are testing our security practices at military installations, and the Chinese Communist Party is sending these people intentionally across our wide open border.
It's a huge national security risk. People need to understand that immigration policy is national security policy. And when you have this number of Chinese nationals coming in, as Mike Pompeo correctly said, even if a small percentage of them are working for the Communist Party, are there for espionage, that is an incredible risk that we're taking. We need to be vetting people at all our borders. That's true for Guam. That's true for the Mexican border. It's true of all of them. There's the espionage threat. There's what Mike Pompeo referred to, fentanyl. What that's about is Mexican cartels working with the Chinese Communist Party. They're getting the precursors, making fentanyl, sending them into the U.S., killing a lot of people, including men of military age. And in California, as I'm sure you know, there was a biolab run by an illegal Chinese immigrant. We still don't know what products were being made at this biolab. It's a very dangerous situation.
You know, Cliff, I think there's a perception with Americans that our federal government does great things, goes to great efforts to protect the American homeland and also protect our secrets. But when you have a spy balloon fly over the country, over our bases to gather sensitive information, or in Guam, you have a submarine base and a fighter jet base on Guam that's close to China, really important for our military strategy against China. And the Biden administration seems to turn a blind eye. They don't seem to care that the Chinese are trying to gather information to spy on our assets, and also, as Dagan said, to actually see how strong our resistance is to those who want to come and gather information.
Exactly right. And people should understand that Guam is an American possession, but it's one of our most important military bases as well. So we want to be very careful who's there and does what. Also, you may mention the spy balloon. I could also mention farmland being bought up by China very near military bases. That's a problem. The Biden administration has been very incoherent on immigration policy. You've heard the Biden administration say that our borders are secure, even as we've seen, not least and perhaps most on Fox, thousands of people coming across illegally getting lost. Where they've said that, okay, Biden said, I can't do anything about it unless I have additional legislation. That's not true. He has said, I would shut down the border if I had legislation, and then spokesmen for his campaign have said, I've never said I'll shut down. Look, I'm not against immigration. I'm in favor of immigration, but legal immigration, we need to vet the people who are coming in, not least the people who are coming from China, because the Communist Party of China sees the United States as its adversary. This is not just a competition where we all play by the rules. I would argue this is part of a new Cold War with China and with China's various partners, which include, I would say, Vladimir Putin and Ali Khamenei in Iran and the North Koreans as well.
I don't think it'll be cold for very long, quite frankly, Cliff. And Mike Pompeo used the word danger. The danger is unknowable at this point and incalculable because the border has been wide open since for over 3 years. But before we go, we should point out to everybody at home, citizens of China need permission from the communist government to exit that nation. They cannot leave. The exit and entry of citizens of China is controlled by the communist government through the exit and entry administration law. So if they're coming across our border, they're coming with permission and for a reason.
That's absolutely true, and as I'm sure you also know, but it's important, we've seen the Chinese Communist Party establish what are de facto police stations in other countries, including the U.S., and that's meant to police Chinese nationals who are here and what they are doing. So it's an incredibly dangerous situation in many ways, and it's a national security issue that the Biden administration is failing to address.
Everybody but Joe Biden gets it. Cliff May, always great to see you. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Sean.